Hi, this is Chandrashekhar Prabhu once again. As promised, this time we are going to talk about the MLAs committee's recommendation, which the state cabinet has said it will approve. What are the repercussions on the people? The MLAs committee has recommended that in redevelopment, especially of cessed buildings, the landlord or the owners are going to get a first preference to submit their proposal. And if in 6 months of the proposal submitted by the tenants, if the consent is not given and approvals not taken, then the tenants would be permitted to submit the proposal. This is broadly the recommendation that the 8 MLAs have given to government, and the cabinet seems to have taken a decision that it's going to implement the recommendation given by the committee of MLAs. So let us understand the repercussion of this decision. We have about 15,000 cessed buildings in the island city of Mumbai, and there are several tenanted buildings in the suburbs of Mumbai. If the landlords are given the first preference to submit their proposal, which landlord would say, I'm not interested in submitting a proposal? Every landlord would, for whatever it is worth, submit a proposal. Once the proposal is submitted, the landlord would go to the tenants and said that here, this is the proposal that I have submitted to government, kindly give me consent. If he does not get the consent, he will go back to government and said, I have submitted the proposal, but the tenants are not going to given me the consent, so give me an extension till the time I get the consent from the tenant. That is one aspect of the thing. Assuming that he gets portion of the consents from the tenant, he goes back to the government and say, I have received some permissions, some consents, but I have yet to submit the full proposal because I was waiting for the consents, and give me extension to submit a full proposal. So the 6-month deadline would never end. Even if he has submitted a full proposal, it takes more than a year's time for the government, all the agencies to get the approvals. So he would say, I have not got the approvals and I am waiting for it. What happens if in the interim period the building collapses and people die? Who is responsible? It is only when the owner's proposal is set aside and made null and void that the tenant's proposal would be entertained. There are several cessed buildings where the owner is just not there. There is no owner for the past 15 to 20 years. Someone who collects the rent poses to be the owner, and what happens is he sometimes undertakes transfers. Illegitimate transfers happen. People make ill-gotten wealth and money out of such transfers, and this is all payment in cash. The government gets nothing. In such circumstances, when there is no owner and some unauthorized person submits a proposal, then what would government do? If there is no owner, or the owner has gone to Pakistan, or it's gone abroad, or doesn't exist, his heirs don't exist, or there is a major dispute, then what happens if the building collapses? So the government really needs to take a decision. Ideally, if 70% or under the present rule 50% of the tenants get together and decide that they want to undertake redevelopment of the project, there is no reason why the landlord should be given an opportunity, because if 51% or 60% of the people, of the tenants, say that we are willing to undertake the redevelopment, then how can landlord get the remaining 50%? Because he doesn't have that 50%. So you give a chance to the landlord to take advantage, get the underworld, get gundas on his side, bribe the tenants and get this majority. This should be avoided. So the MLAs committee may have recommended in good faith to the government that first give an opportunity to the landlord to submit a proposal, wait for some time, and if the landlords don't come forward, then permit the tenants to submit their proposal. This is what the MLAs committee has said. But in practice, the Landlords Association has met and every landlord would be submitting a proposal, thus frustrating the tenants' efforts to become owners and redevelop the building on their own. So the government really needs to review the decision of the MLAs committee and talk to the tenants before taking a final decision on the new policy. We shall come back on this new policy and the decision of the cabinet and how this affects the tenants, the cooperative housing society, the MADA colonies, the slums, and everybody who is going in for redevelopment. We shall come back to you with more posts on this subject. Please keep watching. You have been supporting us fully. Thank you for the support. And with this is Chandrashekhar Prabhu bidding you au revoir once again, promising you that I shall be back with more posts, all for you. Thank you. Bye for now.